On the way to Bald Mountain, you pass through or by a some kind of trucking business. Lots of trucks parked there. Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. The snow is very powdery. And look at how crowded it is. Quite a lot of variety of terrain here. There's a black run, and then there's some trees over there. Nice looking trees. Light powder, fresh tracks, and not too many people to take advantage of it or to mess it all up for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I'm pleasantly surprised. Baldy Mountain, it ain't so bald. I mean, it's got trees up there, but it's got a lot of powder, a lot of challenge, a lot of steeps, a little bit of everything. So it reminds me a little bit of Turner Mountain, Montana. Yeah, but it's time to head on to the next ski area. On the way to Cottonwood Butte, you pass right by a prison. Cottonwood Butte. Lots of variety here. Nothing green here. It's all blue and black. A lot of it ungroomed. And it's kind of interesting terrain. Well, I took a road that seemed to circle the ski area, you know, just to see what else is there. And the road was not indicated on the trail map, and little by little tracks, any tracks on that road disappeared. People just duck into the forest, I guess, in search for powder. And so suddenly here I am. There's one set of tracks, that's mine, and it almost feels like I'm out of bounds. I don't know where I am. There's a place called Hidden Valley here. I'm either in Hidden Valley or one step beyond it. Well, this is definitely some kind of hidden valley or hidden ridge or something. Yeah, I'm gonna ski this now. Well, this relatively wide terrain here then suddenly narrows down here to a fairly narrow passage, which hopefully will take me back to the ski area. Well, I came out of there through that narrow passage, and I sense I'm back in civilization, because here's a run that's, well, it doesn't look groomed at all, but at least it looks skied out. So that should take me back to the ski area. There's certainly a lot of good skiers here. They keep disappearing into the trees left and right. There's a lot of tree skiing here. There's so many more trails than are shown on the map. The map only shows like 4, 5, or 6 trails, I think. But there's just a multitude of trails through the forest. And then on top of that, there's the trees themselves. A very small parking lot at Cottonwood Butte. Yeah, that's about it. Snow Haven. Wow, it looks bigger than it is on paper. On paper it says 400 vertical feet. Maybe it is, but boy, it sure looks bigger and wider and better groomed and everything than Cottonwood. If you're into powder, go to Cottonwood Butte. But this is a nice playground. And it's only like 7 miles from Grangeville. All right, let's go ski. It's mostly all blues, but this one here looks like a fairly steep blue. The T-bar is pretty solid and stiff and well balanced. Instead of a cable, the construction is all, call it, solid. The T-bars that just have a cable and a relatively short bar, they tend to want to throw you off as you are riding up. They tend to want to slip out from under you, but not this one. I really like it when they leave a few trees in between. I mean, something to turn around. Yeah. The place is totally uncrowded. I mean, people really spread out far and wide. I've been sitting here for a while waiting to capture an image of somebody going down the slopes, but nobody. Here comes somebody. What the skier likes in vertical, it certainly makes up in horizontal, wide kind of bowl. Just keeps on going. The Lions Club seems to sponsor a lot of smaller ski areas in Idaho, Montana, Eastern Oregon, etc. Most people are wearing such dark clothes, they're hard to distinguish, especially with dark trees in the background. I always say, we're not going to a funeral, so why wear black? We're having fun, so we want some fun colors, right? So there's some snow tubing going on, and watch this. Whoa! And beginner skiers have a rope tow here. little ski hill. It's located right on the road between McCall and Brundage Mountain. There it is. And there's the ski hill behind the building. Actually, it's not so little, and it's lit up for night skiing. And there it goes, and this is not all. It goes further down from the parking lot, and that's where the T-bar is. This is where McCall learns to ski. These greenies are the ski and snowboard instructors. Yeah. This place is usually open in the afternoons, mostly starting at 3:30 p.m. On weekends, I think they start at noon, but so it's mostly either night skiing, but also you get at least 2 or 3 hours of daylight. The key to the stability of a T-bar is the length of that bar where people are holding on to. The longer the bar, the more stable the T-bar is, and it won't throw you off if you're riding solo. So Brundage Mountain is somewhere behind this hill. It's enveloped in some clouds. It's kind of foggy up there. And here's one of the runs at Little Ski Hill. See, it's not so little. Looks like this will all be lit up for night skiing, but for now you can still see the highway down below. Okay, welcome to Dollar Mountain. That's right by Sun Valley. In fact, it is part of Sun Valley, only it's removed by, I don't know, at least 2 miles from the Sun Valley ski area, Mount Baldy. I'm here because I'm on a quest to ski all of Idaho, and I can't very well say I've skied all of Idaho unless I ski Dollar Mountain too. I skied Sun Valley before, several years ago, and the price there is going through the roof. It was expensive then, now it's super expensive. I wonder if Dollar Mountain was probably named after the fact that maybe when it first opened, a lift ticket cost only $1, Dollar Mountain. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just guessing. But now, oh boy, it's a different planet. A senior ticket, I paid, I think, $82. I'm not sure if tax was added to that. And that is for half a day and a senior ticket. If you wanted a whole day, it would be more like something over $90. And if you were an adult and not a senior, it would be $125. Ooh. For the past week, I've been skiing at a lot of interesting ski areas. Paid an average price of maybe around $30 or $40 average. Some places as low as $20, maybe even 15 for a senior discount. So this is super expensive. I went inside to check their restaurant. A cheeseburger, which seems to be a staple here in Idaho everywhere. A cheeseburger costs only 20 bucks, $19.95 to be more precise. One cheeseburger. Okay, Dollar Mountain is still a bargain at $125 as compared to Sun Valley, which is, I think, $225. And I bet within 2 or 3 years it's going to be up to $300. Beginners and lower intermediates would have to ski here at Dollar Mountain, and no way to easily meet even at lunchtime, because, like I said, these two mountains are not connected. They're separated by a couple of miles. The town is in between, the town of Ketchum. So keep that in mind if you organize a trip here. There are 3 chairlifts here. 2 are more or less beginners, and then this one I would say is advanced, because it gets pretty steep down below. You can't ski just anywhere. Part of it is roped off, and they make you go through this maze, which is kind of like a banked slalom. There's a lot of permanently installed snow guns like this one. So, yeah, a lot of this is man-made snow, and you can kind of feel it. It's a little icy underneath, and except for like a half an inch of fresh snow on top. So there's a whole other lift here called the Elkhorn, and there's nobody on it, and I wondered why. Well, it looks like that may be just the access lift for all these condos here. A whole village full of them. There are no snow guns on this side of the hill, you know, and so the snow conditions are really mixed. Yeah, there's nobody on this side of the mountain on the Elkhorn lift. Everybody's just behind that ridge. That's where the most of the ski area is. Over here instead, all we have is these condos. So, just when I thought there's nothing affordable in this part of Idaho, near Sun Valley, well, here's the Rotor Run ski area. Look at that hill. It's quite a bit steeper and taller than I thought. Lifts are already running. It's 4 p.m. But I was told that skiing for the public is actually only from 6 to 9 p.m. What this is supposed to be for kids. There's certainly a lot of people in the parking lot. And there are the kids. So now we'll just have dinner in the car and snooze a little bit for about an hour and an hour and a half maybe. And then go skiing. Rotor Run. There it is. Night skiing has started. And up we go. Some people are already at the top. No man-made snow here, all natural. So Rotor Run is open for daytime skiing only on weekends, but it's also open for night skiing on Wednesdays and Fridays. And on Wednesdays it's free. And guess what a lift ticket costs here? $15. Unless it's free on Wednesdays. Haha. Magic Mountain, one of the few ski areas where you arrive at the ski area and you don't see a lift. The road is right here, and that's the day lodge. And so first you have to cross the road, then climb up this hill, and this looks like a beginner toe or something, maybe. And then the actual lift is way over there. Yeah, definitely a lot of climbing to get to the lift. And here it is, finally. Yay! Well, for a relatively small ski area, there seems to be a lot of vertical. And yeah, for a small ski area, this is a luxury, a chairlift, not a tow. Yeah, a lot of empty chairs. Yeah, why pay 4 or 5 times as much to stand in lines when, look at this, nobody in the chairs. I got here a little late. I was just tired from all these skiing days and lots of driving, so I slept in. But still, I came here. There's plenty of powder left. There are many tracks. There are obviously really good skiers here, but there's still plenty left over for me too. So anyway, I just got a taste of my first powder run here. It's magic. And the trails are not just boring, clear cut straight down the fall line. Instead, they kind of meander through the forest, just like I like. Well, I found myself in some tight trees here. Oh la la. I wonder where that'll take me. The lift is self-serve here. And there's even some cliffs there, and a few black runs among those cliffs. There's the trail map, and the red line is the lift, the chairlift. On the left side there's a bunch of blues, but on the right side there's only a green road circling the whole area and a whole bunch of black trails dropping down from there. Well, the sun has come out, and now we're going to enjoy this trail here. Actually, not a trail, pure powder. So I'm just at the start of the cliff area. This is a small little rock, and then bigger rocks are in front of me. I wouldn't go there, but I will go down here. Can you see this? Pure powder in between all the cut-ups. My camera just isn't stable enough to record the actual skiing. It's too bumpy, but the powder is good. Powder is pretty darn good. I left some fresh marks there. One of those trails is mine. There are some groomed trails, but they're relatively narrow, especially in some places. But this place is a powder heaven. This is a real gift on this trip. Yeah, thank you, Magic Mountain. Here's another treat. The left side of this is groomed and the right side is all powder. So those lanes there, that's an inner tubing hill. As the day progresses, it's getting sunnier and sunnier and more blue skies. It's beautiful. Magic Mountain is pure magic. You gotta come and see it for yourself. Kelly Canyon, nice. Sunny day, and the base area almost looks like a western town. All right. I meant to say an old western Wild West town. Yeah. Anyway, here's a express lift, and then at the other end of town, there is yet another lift there in the distance. Well, quite a vast expanse of terrain, and that's just on this one lift. This is the north side of the mountain, which means that the lifts going up are actually heading straight into the sun. I arrived a bit late in the day again. I just had to sleep in. I was really tired, muscles hurting and everything. But still, I'm finding powder stashes here still. And the snow is really light because it's been cold. I think it's been about, well, at nighttime it maybe went down to 15 or less, but now in the daytime it's about 19 or 20 degrees Fahrenheit. For example, I skied this little hill. So there are 4 chairlifts here, of which only 2 are operating today. This is a Friday. I guess on weekends, especially busy weekends, they fire up the other chairs too. Some of the older ones. In fact, I'm riding one of the older chairs right now, and this is supposed to be a double. And I am a little overweight, but I'm not terribly fat. But look at this. People used to be slimmer in the old days, I guess. There's a bit of room on one side and a bit of room on the other, and maybe if I scoot up, there will be more room. But yes, you gotta be slim to ride this two chairs, 2 people at a time. There's certainly a lot of terrain here, and beside every groomed run, there's also something ungroomed and interesting, and the snow is really good. So there's the main chair going all the way to the top, and then here's a secondary chair. Here are 3 generations of lifts. That's a really old dismantled one. And then over here we have a double chair whose end is right here at this cabin. Today being Friday, there have been a lot of empty chairs, but even on occasion when all the chairs are filled up, there's never a lift line. People just arrive, slide into the lift and go. But it's a good thing that they have some spare lifts that they activate on busy weekends or holidays, because this place is relatively close to, I mean, it's just a little over half an hour to Idaho Falls, and then there's a bunch of smaller towns too, like Rigby and Ryrie and Rexburg. There are so many powder runs here, like this one, or under the old chair, and down into this gully. And then there's this little run here, and right under the chair, and then you can choose from that run out or this run out, or how about here? Line? What line? There ain't no line. No line to order food, and then plenty of room to sit. Oh, and it's a room with a great view. Most smaller ski areas in Idaho that I visited do not have soup. Mainly just hamburgers. But here, delicious soup. Potato soup. Idaho. And this by itself elevates Kelly Canyon to a 5-star resort for my taste. Kelly Canyon is great in many ways. Powder, good slopes, a variety. It's just fantastic, a variety of terrain. And best of all, for those of us who are coming from afar to visit, Kelly Canyon is part of the Indy Pass. The Indy Pass is basically a cooperation between a variety of independent ski areas, not owned by corporations, but by skiers, for skiers. Yeah, so come on here while the Indy Pass is still valid at Kelly Canyon. I love it. There's Blizzard Mountain, less than 20 minutes from the town of Arco, and nobody seems to know about it. Very few people know about it. A nice little powder haven. This is a regular Palma lift, platter lift, but with an unusual spring system that's kind of all visible on the outside. Well, there's a lift on the groomed run, and I did a little bit of ungroomed here. The ski area runs on donations. Just sign in and donate something. Alright, this is skiing like it used to be in the good old days. For example, very few people are wearing helmets. For once since the mid-2000s or so, I'm not in a minority. I even got rid of the hat today because it's so hot. Yeah, lots of people with no helmet. I was among the first 4 cars to arrive here, but now there's probably about 20 cars. Well, having skied Blizzard Mountain, I have now skied all of Idaho, all 19 ski areas that I can count in Idaho. Actually, I met a man from Pocatello here who is on a mission, same as mine, to ski all 19 ski areas in Idaho. But he's trying to do it all in one season, and he has already accomplished it. Same as me, he left Blizzard Mountain for last. He was skiing with his son, so I assumed that they both did all 19 ski areas. Anyway, it was fun to meet somebody who was on the same mission as I. Well, goodbye Blizzard. Just 4 miles from Blizzard Mountain, or actually just 2 miles from where you leave the highway to go to Blizzard Mountain. 2 miles further is Craters of the Moon, national monument or something. Most of the craters are covered by snow, but it is now a ski trail.